everyone, and welcome back to the City of Fort Wayne on the Move with me, Councilwoman Rachelle Chambers. I am super excited to introduce my new guest for this month. Today I have here with us Tamara from the Downtown Improvement District, and we have Rachelle from Arts United. Now we're going to do a more formal introduction, okay?
Right.
So sit back, relax, and let's have a wonderful time. Awesome. So the purpose of the show was to inform our constituents about what's happening in the city. And I said, well, people have to know what's happening with the DID and absolutely with Arts United. So Rachel, may we start with you? If you could introduce yourself and give us a little snippet of what is it that you do with Arts United?
Sure. So my name is Rachelle Reinking. I am the Director of Communications for Arts United. I've been there for almost 7 years now.
Really?
Yes.
Rachel, I am ashamed. Have I not met you in person before?
I don't think we formally met. In passing, maybe,
Okay.
but I think this is our first time actually getting a chance to chat.
Well, welcome, and thank you for saying yes. Tamara?
Yes, I am Tamara Cummins. I'm the Events and Programs Manager for Downtown Fort Wayne. And this is my first year with the organization, so I've been with them since January. So, new role for me.
I love it. So before we get into, your prospective positions and what you do specifically, share with our viewing audience, what made you decide to work here in Fort Wayne? Are you both natives of Fort Wayne?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yay, I'm so happy. What made you decide to step out and answer the yes to accepting a position with DID?
Sure. So, this is actually a dream role for me. So I have started, I started at Purdue Fort Wayne as a student worker, moved to a house manager. From there, became an event coordinator, and then the assistant director of alumni engagement, where I did events for the chancellor's office and the development office. And then from there, I got a call from a colleague of mine who was in the know in downtown and said, hey, I think you'd be perfect for this role. So thank you, Leanne Bury.
I love it. What's your story, Rachel?
So I am also originally from Fort Wayne. I went to the University of St. Francis. I am a music technology graduate. So my focus was actually more on the music business side, marketing and everything. And so I really wanted to focus on artist advocacy and promotion. That was something that really just drew me in. And, initially I thought, oh, I'm going to go music industry, head out West Coast, East Coast, something like that. But I really just decided that I wanted to stay connected to my community as I continued to get more involved in different programs. So I initially was at Heartland Sings, which is a vocal music production group. And I was there starting out as an intern while I was still in college. And then I ended up working in donor relations for them and eventually became their first director of marketing. And so I was there for about 4.5 years when it's said and done. And the position came up at Arts United. And I had a former friend who was also employed there and gave a recommendation also. So shout out Jasmine Behar.
I love all of that.
So she was also a student at USF with me. And so I started out focused on the communications and community relations and kind of expanded my own position there because I tend to do that. I tend to kind of grab onto the things I like to do and make my own way.
I love that. And I always love to share our guests' background. We may have younger individuals viewing the show, and they're like, wow, I never thought that I could do an event planner. I could major in marketing or major major in marketing, study music, but I could also bring events to downtown Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the people viewing right now, they may not know, they may hear about, but they may not truly know how do all of these lovely events that take place downtown happen. So Rachel, let's start with you. Tell us about the events that you bring downtown and what the role is for Arts United to get those events to our constituents here in Fort Wayne.
Sure. So we usually joke around our office that Arts United is the only arts organization that doesn't actually do a whole lot of art themselves. But really with all of our partners, we serve as a resource, a local arts agency. Many other communities have a cultural affairs office that operates out of their city government.
This is
and
true,
so
yes.
Arts United kind of fulfills that role in a nonprofit format. And so alone with our cultural district downtown, We've got 7 venues who constantly have different programming happening.
7 venues?
Yes.
Are you comfortable naming the 7?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
So we have the Our Center for Arts and Culture, which houses a lot of administrative offices, but also houses the Arts Lab Black Box Theater, so a little bit more experimental, modular, and it houses the ArtLink Gallery as well as the Fort Wayne Ballet. So if you've ever had students go there, or if you were ever a student yourself, you may be familiar with the building. It also includes Fort Wayne Museum of Art.
One of my favorite places.
Yes, a beautiful building. The Arts United Center, which I'm sure we'll probably talk a little bit more about later, which features productions primarily from our resident organizations like Fort Wayne Civic Theater, Fire and Light Productions, Fort Wayne Ballet. We also have the History Center considered as part of this.
Oh, I didn't know that. Love that building as well.
Yes, the History Center is one of our core partners for the Cultural District. Art, which is the Alexander T. Reinking House, which was one of the only connections in Fort Wayne to be known as part of the Abolitionist Coalition. So they really storied history there as well. And then also the Hall Center, which includes the Cinema Center and Fort Wayne Dance Collective over off of Clay Street. So we have a pretty decent size corner of Fort Wayne and downtown.
You do, and I will say I've had the opportunity, I believe, to attend events at least half of those listings that you just provided. Now, I'm sure not everybody knows what DID stands for. So you want to share about DID and what it is that you do for the business community and the events?
Yes. So we are formerly known as the Downtown Improvement District. Our new name is Downtown Fort Wayne, which kind of gets a little confusing for people. Oh, you did.
I did.
We started in 1995 as a business improvement district that provided services for businesses in our 99 blocks. When we started the event landscape looked a lot different in 1995. The goal there was to get people to come experience downtown and stay downtown and shop downtown and make businesses downtown. So what we've seen over the last 20 years really is kind of an evolution of where downtown Fort Wayne has come. So that's kind of what we're looking at the horizon is how do we continue to evolve with the ever-changing landscape.
And I will say the programming this summer has been amazing. I've had the opportunity to dance in the street, listening to a little Latin music.
Yes.
And then over down by Coney Island, that parking lot,
Todd Harold.
Yeah. So it's the most welcoming downtown summer events that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I love our downtown.
Yeah.
Rachel, you mentioned the Arts United Center. Can I just tell you the Color Purple production that ran this year, the community turnout, the partnership with the Urban League and City Link. I did the original Color Purple on Broadway. As a side, not did personally, went and flowed.
I was like, wow,
I'm not that talented. I'm not that talented. Let me restate that. I went to New York to see the original Color Purple. And it leads into my point. And also, I was very fortunate. I'm a teacher, I'm the capstone teacher at AMP Lab, and one of our students built that set. It was a life-changing experience. The tree. The tree, our student. So that's that circular community partnerships that we work in. But that production was amazing. Yeah. The community theater that we have in Fort Wayne is so warm and welcoming and impressive as well. So tell me about, you guys have some big things happening right now, right? You want to share with our viewing audience?
Yes, absolutely, happy to. So for those who don't know, we do have a little project going on with the Arts United Center. We are working on the expansion and modernization of it. So this theater was built and opened in 1973. It has it's a building of its time. It was designed by renowned architect Louis Kahn.
And it is an historical landmark designation. What's the designation that it has right now? I thought it had a specific designation, or no?
Not right now. It's part of the cultural district, and that anchoring part with the history, because that's really the building that started it all. It was the original piece of the arts campus. So it's a building of its time. It's obviously a huge community asset. And we are thrilled to be able to upgrade and expand the ability that we have with this building. So we are going to be expanding a corridor along the west side of the building that will not only create access physically with an elevator front of house to back of house, but also an opportunity for other organizations or groups that typically do not have the ability to, put on a full production within the auditorium. They are able to utilize the studio space upstairs in a new fashion of how to put on events. So I'm really thrilled about that. One of our big things also has been support with AWS Foundation to just really make this a truly accessible building. It was built pre-ADA, and there's a lot that comes with that when it comes to addressing those upgrades. So really making this theater be for everyone is at the top of our priority list, to remove these barriers of access to participate in the arts, not only as an attendee, but to be able to have performers that are in dance companies that are in wheelchairs, to be able to access our stage, to be able to access our rehearsal halls. That's a huge, huge component of it, in addition to all of the technological upgrades, which I'm not quite as privy to the specifics, but I do know it's going to create a world of difference in the capabilities that our organizations are going to be able to change within the production capabilities. There are just so many different ways to utilize things instead of having the manual versions of lifting curtains, moving fly rails, those kinds of things.
Literally. I've been backstage.
Yes, so you know, yes. So being able to have that automated rigging is going to not only make it safer, but be able to make things so much more creative in new ways. I really think it's going to up the production value of our already amazing theater groups.
It is an absolute testament to the staff, because no one has any idea what it takes to move things on stage, to set that stage, because as you said, it's been around a long time. So it's very impressive, the staff, the production staff that runs the back house, if that's the terminology. So Tamara, you do a lot of events. Yes. I mean, not besides the fact that you all help to keep those 99 blocks clean.
Yes.
You are very intentional in your programming. You want to share with us some of the different type of events and programming that DID has been providing?
Sure. So we have put on per year, we say 10 to 12 unique productions and or unique events, which equates to about 30 to 45 productions when you add in the series. So we have events that are small scale, that are up to 1,000 people, and then we have some events that go all the way up to 50,000 people. One specific event that does that one.
Is that
Night of Lights?
Yes.
Yes.
That is so much.
Yeah.
It's cold, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and so nostalgic, and all the feels of the season. Absolutely love that one. So what we look to provide the community and where we look to kind of fill in some of the gaps is in spaces and areas where we don't see a lot of engagement. So we use data to support the reasons why we program certain events. And also we have events that bring people in regionally, and that's intentional too. So events for like Lunch on the Square is for our working class downtown. So that's specifically for them. So we have different audiences that we're hoping to capture with each one of our various events.
One of the programming initiatives that you do that I love is the friendly competition of decorating the windows of the various businesses.
Yes.
I'm drawing a blank, but at one time when we were a very bustling downtown, what was I should have had my research done. The window, it was a mall or something downtown, and people would come down specifically every year just to stand and look in that window. So there's a famous
the Dressshire.
Something. Forgive us, audience. I didn't do my research, but it's. I love that you all have brought that tradition back.
Yeah.
Where people are coming intentionally to look to see. I mean, we have our roll of trees that people go and look at the embassy.
Yeah.
But to bring back a long lost tradition downtown for businesses to decorate their windows, again, it creates an opportunity for community to come learn about businesses, to see the creativity. Tell me about that competition of decorating the windows during the holiday season.
Sure. So we allow any of our businesses to participate. We invite them early along with our Night of Lights programming, really to create a sense of community and to bring all of our community downtown to view and enjoy. We also have a spring window decorating contest as well. And this year that was on full display at Busker Fest. So if you got wandering around downtown during Busker Fest, you could enjoy, I think it was Nature's Awakening theme. But yes, so it's one lovely aspect that we add, that we offer to our businesses to get people to come down and enjoy.
So I know that you've said the Nights of Lights is one of your largest events that people attend, 50,000. Could you tell our viewing audience, just in case they don't know, what is Nights of Lights all about?
Sure. So Night of Lights is where we head to the various places downtown. There's various different lighting displays, different businesses. The most notable is the Santa Claus that kind of takes us all on a journey throughout downtown, lighting on various different buildings. So that event happens the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So we get to capture a lot of people who are coming back into town to visit their family, and folks back in from college campuses to come down and enjoy the kickoff to holiday season.
I love it. It's a tradition in our family for us to come down as well.
Yeah.
So Rachel, you have 7 venues. How are you intentional with your programs where they're able to take advantage of the programming, the events that take place in those various spaces? How does that work? How do you get the message out, and how do you make that decision on what's going to happen in those doors?
So I know a huge part of it is our partners and their intentionality about creating diverse programming for different types of people. You know, not only is there like the diversity of art form that's happening, we've got visual arts, there's theater, there's dance, all music, all of those are happening within the campus, but we also have different ways to connect with that. So if you look at places like Fort Wayne Museum of Art, they have programs where they have bilingual tours. They have a partnership where they actually have exhibits open for people who are dealing with dementia and are able to come with their partners. This is just a portion of being able to, remove that access barrier for people, and that's really what the overall focus is. Fort Wayne Dance Collective has a huge program focused on allowing those that have different abilities to participate in movement classes. We have sensory-friendly performances in our venues with a lot of our presenting organizations so that people can enjoy the Nutcracker, whether you are neurotypical or neurodivergent. There's really just so much to engage with, whether you want to visit a gallery, visit an exhibition space, or even get involved. There's so many volunteer opportunities. You could work on the set of a civic theater production. And, if you have kids, there's the opportunity to get involved with Fort Wayne Youth Theater or Fort Wayne Ballet. There's just so much that our partners are able to facilitate, and being able to support that in our role of an advocate, not only for our partners, but for the community members within it, is just personally exciting to me, but also just a really important and vital part of being able to engage with the community.
Agreed. How do you think that the expansion is going to add to or affect downtown Fort Wayne?
I love this question. So I think it's going to be huge because of the functionality upgrade, but it not only will be fully functional, it'll be fully accessible for people to be able to participate in ways that they maybe haven't been able to do so before, participating in rehearsals without having to worry about, I have a different mobility challenge, to be able to enter into a space knowing that okay, I have a family member who is neurodivergent or is somewhere on the autism spectrum, and we are able to comfortably navigate the space the way that we need to utilize it. We're going to have that full connectivity, not only helping us to create the interconnectivity of the building, because right now you can only get from front of house to back of house via the stage.
That is so true, yes.
So not only that, but continuing to build on that connectivity, on the growth that we've had downtown. You know, having that west expansion facing out is really going to provide more visibility over to Rousseau Center, the connectivity to the landing, the connectivity over to Promenade Park, and later on the Pearl Arts Center. It's just a really large component where I mean, Tamara will probably speak to this too, but the growth in downtown Fort Wayne over these next couple of years is just going to be huge, not only economically, but for the art scene in particular. And having community members kind of engage in a new way with this building that has been around for 50 years is really just going to make all the difference, not only for organizations, but for the types of participants that we're going to see downtown. And we really want everyone to feel welcome and that they belong in the space.
I'm just super excited about the expansion. So Tamara, what is it about this job? You left a college campus environment. You are now working downtown. What's something that you really like about your job right now?
Oh, I enjoy being a creative. As I mentioned, I grew up in Fort Wayne, so I went to Arts Magnet program all the way up, and then Southside graduate, of course, and then I graduated with a theater degree. So here I am. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. So I enjoy being creative with any and everything. I enjoy problem solving in a creative way. And, you know, this role allows me, and I love Fort Wayne, so this role allows me to really put my best foot forward to provide engaging events that are creating memories for our community. And I feel honored and privileged to be a part of that journey, but also really scared.
So, since you are a creative, since you've been working with DED for the last year, is there a program or an event that you've had the opportunity to spearhead that you're very proud of? Or there's something that you participated in already that already existed that you had the opportunity to use some of your creative skills so far?
So probably one of my first events here was Busker Fest. And
please tell me before you move
on. What is a Busker Fest?
And then tell why that was one of your favorites.
Sure. So a busker is a street performer. So for the past, there's a lot of seasons of this event, 10 plus years of this event, where we invite street performers to come down. We invite national acts to come down.
National acts,
yes, on Wayne and Calhoun at that crossing there, as well as the Double Plus Alley system there that has filled with public art. We invite them to come down and to perform with all different types of mediums, their talent and their skills, and people come and enjoy. So this year, we fully leaned in to the theme of circus. Busking has had a history with circus performers that busk on the off season, so it kind of naturally lends itself to circus environment. So we had a circus theme. We partnered with AWS and My Autism Ally, and we provided a sensory alley for folks that are neurodivergent or typical who just needed to take a break. So that was really lovely. We brought in Cincinnati Circus, who had a big giant wheel of death. That's what it's called, the wheel of death. But it just went round and around, and you just stared up in the middle of the intersection of Wayne and Calhoun, and they were doing fantastic tricks. And so it was a lot of fun. You know, the dumpster drummers from the city came, and you know we have
Dumpster
so many.
drummers?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
fun. They're so fun. You need to see them.
I
Yeah.
never knew.
You know, ArtLink comes out and they do portraits for us. Stoners came out. Dick Stoner came and awarded some people some
Best dress or costuming or something like that. Oh, okay.
There was a circus competition.
Oh.
And then we had bands that came as well and food trucks. And so really it's just a celebration of one of the many celebrations of the arts that we have throughout the year. That people can come out and enjoy, and if they want to sign up to busk, you can sign up to busk. We had a puppet master, we had mimes, and all kinds of interesting. It's just an interesting event.
It's amazing that we have national acts that come into Fort Wayne, which
Yeah.
is awesome to take advantage of this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rachel, I'll start with you. How do you think we can improve getting folks to come and take advantage of all the lovely events that take place in the buildings in your collaborative, your co-ops? How do we get our constituents to come down? I know we have an event that 50,000 people come.
Yeah.
But everything is not a 50,000 attendee event. What do you think? Is there a missing link? I know you work hard to get out the messaging. How do you think we get more people to take advantage of all this lovely programming that we have going on downtown?
You know, I think to speak to some of what you mentioned, it's a little bit of you don't know what you don't know. And so when you can stumble upon an event, whether you're finding it by chance on social media or you happen to see a commercial for something going on, that's really your opportunity to engage. Now, I might be a little biased, but Taste of the Arts Festival is is a great opportunity to do just that if you're wanting to explore arts and cultural activities within Northeast Indiana. Arts United presents this as our annual festival. It's free admission to the entire festival, but we've got multiple stages of all different sorts of performing arts. So you can find your next favorite metal band, but you can also go see Fort Wayne Ballet perform. So it's not only an opportunity that, but you can start to explore the art market. You can get connected with visual artists. You're able to explore the culinary tastes of downtown Fort Wayne. And that is, experiences like that really allow people to, well, get a taste of what we have to offer and experience it in a way that maybe they aren't able to connect in that way before. Of course, Arts United always is promoting as much as we can about the ongoing happenings that our partners provide and Taste of the Arts Festival. So we keep our list of events. I know that Downtown Fort Wayne also keeps their list of events just so that you can continue to stay engaged and see what else is happening, so you can just get a little more curious.
I love it. Tamara, what is your vision, or if you look at the next 1 year to 5 years, what's one thing that you can point to that you would like to see come forward in your role or DID's role for the downtown being engaged?
Sure. When I look at our events, we have a data tracker that we're able to use to kind of see who comes to our events. And what I would like to see is that become more diverse in age and more exhibitive of our cultural landscape here in Fort Wayne.
Outside of our designated festivals that we have for
Yes. To see us all come together. One of the age groups that I am seeking is Gen Z, and to crack the Gen Z code. You know, we are trying things.
I love that intentionality.
Yeah, we are trying things, but you know, we're talking about a group of people who entered adulthood during the pandemic. So getting them to engage in our world and come out, and not that they all don't, but we just haven't found the right formula for what will bring them out to enjoy as well.
I understand. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You know, we have come close to the end of our conversation. It went far too quickly.
Yes.
However, Rachel, can you please share with us how can individuals find out what's going on with Arts United? Where do they go to find that information? And then Tamara, please share as well.
Okay, absolutely. So to check out more information about Arts United, you can go to artsunited.org. That is where you can see our full list of programs, initiatives, and our partners' events. We also have artscampusfw.org, which is focused on our cultural district.
Very good. Tamara, please
Yes.
share.
So our website is downtown Fort Wayne. We have lots of information about our upcoming events. You can reach out personally to me at events@downtown Fort Wayne. We are forming a focus group, so if you have input that you would like to share with us, we would love to hear from you.
Awesome. I hope that you have learned something new today from Tamara and Rachel all about programming events downtown Fort Wayne. Take advantage of having that contact information and come on downtown and have fun. There's programming that takes place year around. So thank you for tuning in to City of Fort Wayne on the Move with Councilwoman Rachelle Chambers, and we'll see you again next month.